Lovers, it's Malia. So because I'm a small booktuber right now, I'm gonna do my own tag again. So this is called Try a Chapter Tag Part 2. And like I said in my last video, I had a lot of books that I needed to read. So 7 books just didn't cut it. So I did another 5 and I'm excited to talk about them today. The first book that we're gonna talk about is I'll Give You the Sun. And so when I started reading it, I was kind of confused. So I don't read the back of the book or anything like that. So when I first read it, I thought Noah was a girl. And so I thought that she was being tormented by these guys because she was drawing naked pictures of men, like David from Michelangelo's time, and just things like that. It's not just naked men, but like artistic naked men. And I thought, you know, like, oh, that's really cool. But then I realized that Noah was a boy. And then my instant thought was, thank goodness, because I have 2 uncles that I grew up with and they've been together longer than I've been alive, and they're just the coolest people, and I always thought they were just so misunderstood, and they love each other. They really love each other, and they have stayed together for so long, and I always really respected that from them. I just always thought that there wasn't a lot of books that related to that audience, because there's still other kinds of love out there. There's a love between a mom and a daughter, there's love between father and a son, there's love between men and girls and girls. It happens, okay? So I was really excited that there's a book out there for that audience, and you know, it's just not the book for me. So personally, I'm not gonna read it, not for those reasons, but just because it didn't grab my attention like I liked it to. But I'm very, very thankful that there's a book out there that can relate to them, and I am so excited. I'm gonna tell my uncles like, oh my gosh, there's a book about true love in here. And even though you guys are like 40 and 50, sorry, okay, maybe you're 40, you guys are just gonna love it. So, and I know a lot of people love this book, so I was really excited to read it, but I won't be reading this. Maybe some other time in the future, but not this November. So you're wondering, why am I wearing this unprofessional, weird skater sweater? It's because I'm gonna take a trip down memory lane with you guys with some of these books and authors. And this sweater has a lot of character to it. So when Tanner was trying to court me, he still lived in Boise and I lived in Seattle, and he actually bought a plane ticket to come see me in Seattle, which is just crazy, and I love him for it. So he's like, I really want this sweater, and it was in a small and there was only one. So he bought it for me, and that was one of our first little dates that we had, and it was really fun. So take a trip down memory lane. The next book that we're going to talk about is Beastly by Alex Flynn. And there's not a lot of people who talk about it for a couple reasons, in my opinion. One is because it's kind of an older book, so it's not something new, exciting. 2, it got a really bad rap from the movie. Honestly though, I'm not going to see the movie. I refuse to watch the movie. And it was my first fairy tale retelling, and it brought back a lot of memories, and so I will discuss that in my next video. But yes, I will be reading this book this November. The next book is Through to You by Lauren Barnholt, and I'm so excited to read this book. It's going to be definitely a November read, so I will be having a review on it, and I will be taking you down memory lane, and I'm very excited. Lauren Barnholt was one of my childhood authors, and I really enjoyed her because she's the queen of men's perspective. Men and women are so different, but they're so similar at the same time. And what she does is she brings out the best qualities in a guy. And it starts off with like the beginning and the end. The girl is like all emotional, like, it shouldn't have happened this way. I'm so upset. He broke my heart. And then he goes, but I didn't mean to break her heart. And it was just, it's really funny, and I really like that. So I'm very excited. I will be reading this November. The next book, and I know you can't hear me very well, is The Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. And if you guys don't know, it is a movie, and it is an awesome movie. And even though this looks really big, it's 4 books, so it's really not that big. It's only 800 pages. And I'm super excited because it's really funny. And I tried to read the 5th wave of everybody's like all excited about, and I was like, oh, you know what? I should give Aliens another chance. So I'm giving Aliens another chance by reading this awesome book. And I was cracking up last night while I was reading it. So I'm very excited to read it because I think it's going to be a great November read for me. So yes, I will be reading this November. The last book is Siege and Storm, and so I really enjoyed this book, this beginning of it, because for several reasons. I'm an ocean person, and I love the smell of the ocean, the feel of the salt, of the taste. It's so beautiful, and so I love the ocean, and this is on a ship. So I know this is the 2nd book, and the first one's Shadow and Bone of the Grisha series, but oh cool, it like flickers. So I was really excited to read this book, and when I first started reading it, it brought me back so many memories from my childhood. So what she does is she has them look up and identify some stars. And for me, stars mean so much to me because they brought me back to my childhood of being on the sand, the waves are crashing in, and I look up and I just see these gorgeous, gorgeous stars that are huge. It's like you can touch them. If you've ever been in like closer to the equator, you know what it means to just see these stars. And as I've been growing up, my eyes have been going bad and I haven't been able to see my beautiful stars like I used to. And my amazing man finally was like, took me to the eye doctor, and I finally got the right prescription, and I can see my stars again, and that just means so much to me. So this book brought back a lot of great memories, and I'm very excited that that's the reason why it got me hooked onto reading these books. Any books that you want to read, let me know. I'll add it to my list. I really want to read more books, obviously. And so if you guys want me to do another Try a Chapter tag, let me know on the comments below. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for your time and enjoy every moment.